Right here are a few $10 or under items that, much like those light bulbs, actually do make your life easier and extra positive even if they will not actually make dinner for you. Bench scraper $6. A bench scrape does not resemble much, simply a thin rectangle of stainless steel with a plastic or timber manage. But if you deal with dough, a bench scrape is a lifesaver for sectioning bread dough or, claim, relocating a pie crust from the counter to the top of a pie. It's likewise extremely helpful for transferring chopped up components from cutting board to range. Just angle the bench scrape against your job surface, move your food onto it with your hand, as well as get in touch with as you bring your minced garlic or cut nuts over to your pan. I like this one with the integrated ruler due to the fact that it makes it much easier to evaluate dough thickness and also size. Instant treat thermometer $6. If you're great at cooking steaks, you may be able to assess the doneness of the beef simply via touch. I have not achieved that level of intuition yet, so I make use of a meat thermostat. You can invest in a really expensive, premium one if you cook a lot of meat, or if you often do the sort of food preparation that calls for actually accurate temperature levels, like candy making. If you simply require something to evaluate whether your roast chicken is done, this $10 instant treat thermostat obtained me via cooking college with no problems on my end. Cut-resistant gloves $9. This may not practically be a tool, however it enables you to make use of even more tools, and so I think it counts. There's very little I'm afraid of in the cooking area, however one thing I'm always nervous regarding is shucking oysters. Years ago, I got a quite significant cut on my thumb when I wasn't paying enough interest to the procedure. Ever since, if I'm feeling timid around a sharp tool, I'll place on a cut-resistant handwear cover. It aided me dominate my fear of the mandolin, of oyster shucking, and of different other methods best done with a sharp knife that can jeopardize my fingers. A pair will certainly run you about $9, as well as your thumb will certainly thanks. Cake tester 4 for $7. If you look closely in the chef's pockets the following time you hang out in a dining establishment with an open kitchen area, chances are that you'll find a cake tester somewhere. That's since this little device is hugely beneficial, and not just for cake. The slimness of the metal skewer means that you can inspect the harsh doneness of meat without poking it filled with holes. Simply put the skewer into the thickest part of the meat, and afterwards hold it to the skin simply under your lip. It will really feel chilly if the temperature is below 98.6 levels, and if it's hot enough that you immediately spring away from it. Crawler filter $8. A crawler filter is most beneficial for when you're frying hush puppies and want to scoop it out of the hot oil, however it's likewise exceptionally fantastic for getting hold of pasta out of a pot of starchy water without shedding any one of that helpful pasta water, as well as scooping of all kinds, actually. Tiny bain-marie pot $9. Other than an untidy spoon remainder, I load the bain-marie partway with water and place devices and tools in there when I'm not dealing with them but still need them for the meal. It's likewise fantastic for putting in a pot of simmering water to keep a sauce or dissolved delicious chocolate warm. Mobile, affordable blade sharpener $9. I constantly have this little knife sharpener in my bag just in case. At $6, it's an affordable yet beneficial insurance plan that you will not have to collaborate with dangerously boring knives. Minius liquid measure mug $7. I utilize this clever little measuring mug. It's generally a big shot glass with markings to allow you see just how much you're pouring, and also it's a wonderful way to measure out tablespoons and TSPS without needing to break out an assortment of the spoons themselves. Fish spatula $7. Even if you do not prepare fish, having a fish spatula is an important kitchen area tool. And if you do not cook fish since you discover it daunting, then below's a great location to begin. That's since the thin, versatile blade is valuable for moving all sort of delicate dishes, from pancakes to cookies to omelets. Plus, the one I have costs under $7. Squeeze bowls $9. Being able to choose it up with your fingers from a bowl gives you a far better sense of how much salt you need to season a recipe than any other technique I've found. Any bowl will certainly do, yet having a collection of smaller pinch bowls about as useful for pre-portioning any number of ingredients. These glass ones will run you under $9 for 4. Stove thermometer $9. Get irregular results when baking, or even if you simply wish to ensure that your oven is really 450 levels when the dial says so, an oven thermometer is a very easy insurance policy. Simply ensure to place it a minimum of midway right into the stove on the middle rack so you can get an accurate temperature. Bread cleans $10. Occasionally I obtain extremely persistent regarding not buying some tiny device that I understand would help, just because the idea of presenting an additional thing to my overpacked gizmo drawer is overwhelming. I withheld obtaining a pastry brush for also long, but now I recognize the error of my means. Avoid the silicone ones, I've constantly found them to be useless, and also opt for 1 or 2 bristle brushes. An offset spatula $4. If you've ever frosted a cake, you recognize that the procedure can be a challenge. Topping stays with whatever, including the handle of your blade, and that can end up making your frosting appearance craggy rather than smooth. A small countered spatula assists greatly with the job of dispersing, whether that's topping on cake or guacamole on a sandwich. Pre-cut parchment circles $7. Lining a round cake pan with parchment paper is a discomfort. Halting your batter making energy in order to map a circle on a piece of parchment always seemed like a stumbling block to me, so I typically winged it by buttering and also flouring the pan rather. In some cases that approach works, but usually the result is a cake that adheres to the frying pan, as I quietly curse myself for not just putting in the time to line the cake pan currently. You recognize what solved that? Pre-cut parchment circles. You can purchase 100 of them for $7 on Amazon, and conserve yourself future cake frustrations. Zester $9. Being able to use the skin of a citrus fruit as well as the juice is a magical point, and it frequently boosts the taste of state, a crucial lime pie that a lot more. I use my zester, which you can pick up for $9 to grate nutmeg, cheese, and delicious chocolate also. I hope you will certainly like my listing. If you does, please like as well as subscribe for more such video clips on health, charm and innovation that make your life easy and healthy and balanced. Thanks for watching.